Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Crypto Insider channel. I am the Crypto Insider, back with another cryptocurrency video for you today. It's March 20th, 2020. Happy Friday. Hope everybody is sheltering in place and you have something to keep you busy. If you don't, you can always watch more Crypto Insider videos. We have a whole bunch in our XRP videos playlist. In any case, stay safe. We don't want to lose any subscribers. I mean, if we lose subscribers because you hate the videos and hate the content, that's one thing. I'm okay with that. But we surely don't want to lose you to a virus or to a cold or any other reason. So follow your local authorities' directions and stay as safe as you can. Before we get into today's price action, I'd like to say that we do donate to the channel, or we donate to @GoodXRP for each new subscriber to the channel. So if you click the subscribe button, you will donate to charity indirectly, because we will send some XRP on your behalf to @GoodXRP. They will break it down and send it to those 9 different Twitter handles you see on the screen before you. So you can donate by just clicking a button. That's not a bad deal. Also, before we get into it, I'd like to say that I am not a financial advisor, certified financial planner, tax accountant, stockbroker, and I'm not selling any investment products. If you choose to invest in cryptocurrencies, please make sure that you do your own research, your own due diligence, and you run it by the people that do investments for you. That way, most traditional investment advisors will probably tell you, no, don't do that. But hey, that's their opinion. There are some institutions that do hold positions in cryptocurrency, and I think Bitcoin is the biggest one of those. But I think as we get the regulations in place, you'll see more investment people trying to at least use crypto as a hedge for some of the stock market swings when they happen. Let us look. We'll go right into prices. Bitcoin dominance picking up a little bit. Let me refresh my live coin watch. Bitcoin dominance picking up a little bit to 65.58%. We had a pretty good day. The past hour looks like we've taken a little bit of a downturn in things, but Bitcoin up 3.93% on the 24 hours. XRP breaking that 16-cent mark, up to 16.5. At one point, I do believe we hit 17 cents, and we're down a little bit from that now. But it can be done, and it probably will be done as time goes on. But I still believe that we're in a buying opportunity for a lot of these altcoins. We have Bitcoin SV doing very well, up 8% from this time yesterday. Tezos and Link both posting gains. Finally, they were down for a while. They're still down from the highs that they were at just a few weeks ago, but looks like we're trending in the right direction for now. It doesn't mean there won't be at least another dip or two before we can say that we're out of that sort of downturn that started, I believe, on the 13th a week ago. One of our other favorite coins here, HBAR, is down from yesterday and down on the past hour. It flirts with that 0.04 level. Right now it's at 0.039. This coin is still relatively new. A lot of people are interested in it, but it doesn't quite have the news around it that some of the other coins do, because it is so new. So if I was only making videos about HBAR, Most days there wouldn't be any videos at all because there's just not a lot of news coming out every day. I'm going to have a little bit of Dr. Pepper. I've graduated from coffee today already. I'm on to Dr. Pepper. Okay, there we are with that. Let's refresh our Coinalyze page. We got some oversolds in the indicator. So in the past hour, um, things have pulled back a little bit. It doesn't mean that they won't start up again. Uh, we'll monitor all the moving averages and the oscillators and see, and then we'll be back tomorrow to see which way we went. But up on the week from this 11. Wow, it actually hit 11 at some point. Oh, I should have bought then. Uh, up 19% on for 7 days, up 0.73% on the 24-hour, but still quite a ways down from where we were 30 days ago. But you're going to see that with most cryptos. I don't think XRP fell as much as the other coins, and consequently, in these run-ups that we're seeing over the past 24 hours or so, it's not gaining as much as the other cryptos either, which speaks to its volatility not being quite as volatile as some of the other coins out there. It being crypto, it's still volatile, but it's not not as up and down as everything else. I saw this. I don't know if you follow me on Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at C Insider. Coinbase gives the Bitcoin blockchain a big boost. And it says there's been a sudden drop in the number of Bitcoin transactions. And here's why it's a good thing. The number of daily transactions dropped sharply on the Bitcoin blockchain. It was likely due to Coinbase batching its Bitcoin transactions. The uptick in batching could help lower Bitcoin's congestion. Now, I clarify that I am not a financial advisor or somebody that looks really into investments for a living. But I have worked in the fintech space for 17 years. And so I'm very confused by this as being portrayed as a good thing. The entire traditional banking system, from in clearings, out clearings, Fed files, .x937 files, with full of transactions for item processing, those are all batches. We've been batching transactions in traditional banking for at least 30 years. So it looks to me, maybe I don't understand Bitcoin batching. Maybe it's something different. But batching is the problem that blockchain is supposed to solve, right? We want to go to real-time transactions. Very strange to me to try to portray Bitcoin batching as a positive. It's a step backwards, in my opinion, if I'm understanding it correctly. Holding all your transactions. Most traditional banks do something where, as you make all your transactions throughout through the day, they will launch something called the day end. Or something similar like that. It may be different for each bank. But when they launch their day end, they put their system into a store and forward mode so that the transactions during that time go through. It's seamless to you. It looks like they go through. But they're basically held. And then when the day end is done, all those store and forward transactions will get queued to go into the next batch file. And that's so far away from real time, which is what blockchain is supposed to solve. If you're holding and putting transactions together into a batch, you are not utilizing blockchain to the fullest. When there are many cryptos out there that can operate in real time, we know XRP is one of them, but just about any of the altcoins probably can facilitate real-time transactions in a much more efficient way than Bitcoin. And it amazes me when we talk about Bitcoin And when I see the different things they try to do with Bitcoin, it's always taking technology a step backwards. You have segregated witness that drops off, you know, can drop off part of the information of the transaction to make it faster. You have Lightning, which is basically a fancy way to create Nostra accounts and tie up large amounts of Bitcoin in the name of doing smaller transactions faster. It's adding more complexity and more chance for errors. I think Lightning has a potential of a 60% error rate. That's what one university found. I don't know how much longer, and they say things like, "Oh, well, Bitcoin is a store of value. It's like gold. You can store value there. You can store value in any cryptocurrency. You don't have to use Bitcoin for it." And store of value is nowhere in, and I haven't read it for a while, but I do not recall seeing in Satoshi's white paper any mention of store of value. He was thinking of Bitcoin as a currency you could use to buy things, uh, just like you would any normal currency. He wasn't saying, "Oh, well, I'm designing this for a store of value." All these narratives, this batching and the segregated witness and the lightning, all these narratives come after. After a problem is noticed with Bitcoin, then they try to change the narrative and say, "Oh, well, we can do this," or "it was meant to do this." Nowhere in Satoshi's white paper is any of that mentioned. They're trying to soup up a Model T Ford uh, and take it into the Indy 500. You can put any type of supercharger you want on a Model T Ford, but it's not going to do well in the Indy 500 with today's new vehicles as competitors. And that's how I see the altcoins. Very interesting, this article, and very interesting is that Decrypt is portraying this as a positive. He said there's an underlying reason for this drop. This is some Nick Carter, founder of a data provider Coinmetrics, and the end result is good for Bitcoin. Coinbase introduces Bitcoin batching. Carter noted that there was a definite uptick in batching last week or so. He saw that Bitcoin transactions are getting bigger on average while the number of transactions has dropped. This, Carter suggests, is an indicator of more batching. This coincided with Coinbase launching its new batching initiative, and I'm going to read that article not to you in your ear, but after I'm done making this video, I'm going to go back. Bitcoin transaction batching is the process of unifying several Bitcoin transfers into one more complex transaction instead of a single Bitcoin movement taking up a block auto itself. Such packaging reduces the load that Coinbase puts on the Bitcoin blockchain by more than 50%. Maybe, yeah, I suppose it would, but what does this mean for somebody trying to do a Bitcoin transaction that's getting batched? Do they have to wait until that batch processes for all the validations to take place? As it is now, Bitcoin confirmations can take up to an hour. I've seen once you send something and you wait for all the validations to occur. I'm not impressed by this yet. Maybe I'm not understanding it. When they say batching, I'm thinking about batching in the traditional banking sense of the word, holding transactions, queuing them up, putting them we would put them into a file. Once a certain thing happened, the day end happens or something happens, something triggers it. That file is compiled, sent out, and processed by whoever needs it. It doesn't sound like a great thing to me. If I'm not understanding it right and you understand it right, go ahead and put that in the comments. And like I said, I'm going to read that other article too. The next article is an XRP article by Ken Cheekbo. It just basically says that XRP is trending in positive territories, running towards its fourth consecutive session in the green. The price is back to trading at its highest level seen in over a week. And then they show like a monthly chart with the big dip happening. When is this? The 10th, the 12th, 13th, somewhere in there. And then they show the hourly chart. Whenever this article was written it was at 16.81 with some nice ascending action. But we'll have to see if that can be sustained before we say, oh, this is a good thing or not. If I had a lot of money to buy XRP sitting around, I would not buy right now. I would wait and see if the trend can hold for a little bit at first. I think anything under 30 cents is a good buy for XRP. But, I think it might get better, or however you want to look at it. I think the price may get worse before it gets much better. So, there might be some more buying opportunities. If I was doing it, I would tier my buys based on different price levels. So, I'd set one buy order at 16 cents and then maybe one at 14 cents and then maybe another at 12 cents. And I'd do the same with my sells. So there was that story. And then the next one talks about some of the alts we like here at the channel. It's from 11 News, published 4 horas ago. That would be hours, so that's the Spanish word there. Tezos Chainlink IOTA surge as altcoins see reversal in fortune. And then it shows that the positive movement here, still down from our all-time highs, of course. Early in the year, Tezos was on a roller coaster run, peaking at $4.02, being one of the best performing cryptocurrencies of 2020. XTZ's market seemed fairly bullish and optimistic. While the present surge is not much in comparison to its previous high, XTZ did manage to appreciate its price by 28% in less than 3 days' time. Tezos, in my opinion, is a very solid crypto. I think it has a lot of appeal both to institutional investors and private buyers, speculators. I like it. Certainly, it has some good fundamentals, and it has some good technical analysis behind it. It's also one of the favorites of one of our charting people that we sometimes follow on the channel is DIY Investing, who definitely is a Tezos proponent. Chainlink also, same thing, looking good. Crashed by a whopping 55%. But in the past few days, a revival has been seen. Link has managed to rise by close to 40%, increasing its price from $1.71 to $2.40, with the token trading at $2.10 at press time. Let's see what it's at right now. Link. Well, we'll look at both of them as well. Tezos $1.79, Link at $2.44. Okay, so this however many horas ago this was 4 hours. It is up to $2.40, but it's still down. Its all-time high, I believe, was around $5 for Link. But we have a small Link position, and I did pick some up in this dip. I think it's going to be an interesting cryptocurrency to watch. I do think this Link could solve some real world problems. Maybe not for everybody on a mass scale, but certainly for a lot of people on a marketable scale. So, not a bad crypto. IOTA, I don't know anything about. So if you like IOTA, go ahead and tell me that in the comments, and then we'll look into IOTA a little bit and probably cover it on the channel. We did have a question on where do I buy HBAR. I'm in the U.S., so my exchanges are limited. The U.S. has some pretty strict know your customer requirements, and you can't just jump on any exchange you want to and buy. So where I buy HBAR is in Bittrex for now. And I don't think HBAR, I hope at some point, I believe, I know that they will develop an app for the ledger, sort of like Stellar or any other crypto. Once they do, and it's rolled out, I will probably move the crypto from the exchange to the ledger. And I suggest doing that if you've been lackadaisical about putting your crypto on a ledger or any other cold storage hard wallet or whatever, you may want to look into doing that now, because as there are problems with the workforce of exchanges, and people are hit with the coronavirus and lockdowns and stuff like that, we could see some exchanges go down. And you don't want to be in a position where you have no access to your crypto because you can't log in, or the website's down, or whatever it happens to be. And there's also the old adage, if you don't own the keys, you don't own the crypto. And things, and I'm not saying any of these exchanges are fraudulent. I don't know. I haven't looked into the financials or anything like that. But in a huge downturn where people are losing a lot of money, there is a very good propensity to for fraud, for somebody to say, I'm going to take the money and run. And so it's important in this downtime, in this downturn, I think, to own your own crypto, to have your own keys, and then you don't have to worry about any of the connectivity problems an exchange could face. You don't have to worry about somebody panicking and trying to make a buck and taking the money and running. None of that. So yeah, if you have the ability to get your crypto on a cold storage, do it. There are a lot of options out there for cold storage wallets. We are a Ledger Nano affiliate, so in the description for every video should be a link to our Ledger Nano site. Even if you don't want to buy one, you just want to check them out, you can do that there. Of course, if you do want to buy one and you buy it with our link, we'll get some money, and I think you might get a discount. I don't know how the affiliate program works, honestly, but it's out there, and it's something that you may want to check out if you have any meaningful amount of crypto. In any case, that's it for our video. I'm hearing the music. We will pop up some additional videos for you to watch. And hope everyone stays safe. We will see you tomorrow.